Okay, I knew this was going to be a problem from the moment the latest title update came out, which is why I made this build video, because I knew it was going to be OP. Explosives are the way to go now, and this is going to be a problem. This is literally the new meta when it comes to sticky bombs in the skill hybrid area, especially since now you can have 5 skill tiers and 5 weapon cores. It can be even. You can be equally powerful on both fronts when it comes to DPS and skill. And if you add a little bit of explosive damage along with that, then it's crazy. The explosive sticky bomb has replaced, I'm not going to say replaced, but I think has become a contender with the fire sticky bomb, and in some cases can outclass it because it literally can't be countered. You know, most people, when the whole status effect era was in effect, were completely OP. Before diminishing returns, players were able to add hazard protection, which means that you could completely render somebody using a bleed hive with insanely high status effects useless, or somebody using a fire sticky bomb. As soon as they get hit with it, the initial blast is the only damage they feel, and then the burn is non-existent. But most people are not going to spec into explosive resistance, and when you have an explosive build like this, you can completely destroy players that have 1 million armor. Sometimes you'll see them with 1.6, but for the most part, I've been seeing people with 900k, 700k armor, some crazy numbers, and I'm like, oh, you guys are not going to be able to survive when I get a hold of you with this build. And I know that the tide is changing because I'm like, okay, I'm about to use this build in PvP because I was using it in the 𝐤𝐤𝐤 manhunt, and I'm just destroying all these NPCs. I'm like, okay, there's no way a player is going to be able to survive this once I bring this into conflict or the dark zone. So I went into conflict, and the first match I joined was with a clan. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we got some communication going on. The other team was pretty solid as well. When I joined, somebody had the same setup on as I did. I don't know what kind of build they had on, but they had the same skill setup with the explosive sticky bomb and the explosive secret mine. And so I got my kill on somebody, right? And by the way, this is the strategy. I hit him with the sticky bomb, immediately downed. Then, so they can't get revived, I toss my explosive secret mine to seek them out, also cause them some damage to somebody who's trying to revive them. As soon as I did that, I ran around the corner, got lit up a little bit. Somebody on the other team did the same exact thing to me. So this right here is a trending build or a trending setup in conflict and in PvP. And it's actually really crazy in PvE as well, because you could throw out your skills and just get crazy multi-kills with the sticky bomb. Not to mention that it has like insane skill haste, which means that you'll get a sticky bomb like every 10 seconds. And whatever other skill you want to use, the cooldowns are going to be so low based on the setup that I have. Also, the fact that the 𝐤𝐨𝐫𝐞 backpack is in effect, the 2 and 3 brand set bonuses are so much more valuable than they were before. So you have things like 20% explosive damage when you just get 2 pieces of China Light with the 𝐤𝐵𝐫𝐞. So your explosive damage can essentially get up to 45%. And this all happened because of Project Resolve and because of the change of diminishing returns, which affected status effects. The only time I see players using status effects now are with bleed hives just to activate Wicked or another talent that's in the DPS area. It's not necessarily to overwhelm the player with statuses because they don't really have an effect like they did before. I mean, I remember I used to make builds like crazy to counter people with heavy status effects. I would use my burn sticky bomb and just destroy players. As soon as I hit them with it, they immediately go down because they just can't stand the damage from the impact of the sticky bomb, nor could they withstand the burn. It was just too much. So they had to do something to remedy this problem. But the great thing about Division 2 is how it always pivots into another arena or another area of viability or meta. And I really believe that explosive sticky bomb is the way to go in that area because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to really spec into explosive resistance like I would hazard protection. Explosive resistance, when you put that on your build, it literally handicaps you in a lot of ways. You can't really deal much damage. I actually made a build a while ago called Indestructible where it had a whole bunch of bleed resistance and explosive resistance. That build was actually good. It was viable in PvE, legendary, but not really in PvP. I'm working on another one, Indestructible Volume 2, where it implements a lot of the second and third pieces of the brand sets, which have been buffed significantly based on Project Resolve, which actually could be viable. But I don't know if I'm going to pull that out. It depends on how crazy this is in PvP and Conflict, how much people are going to be using this, because the last couple days that I've been playing Conflict, it's all I've been seeing in the skills area. Explosive builds are crazy. And if you have things like the new exotic chess piece, right? I forgot what it's called. Let me know down in the comments what that chess piece is called. I actually need to revisit that and make another build with that. I just won't be able to use the Ninja Bike backpack, but I'm just saying, there are a lot of combinations you can make with explosive damage. And the fact that Grupo Sombra has critical hit damage, also explosive damage, makes for a perfect crit explosive hybrid build. If you want to check out a build that I made, which will give you all the tools that you need to make a build that is certifiable in this area, and it's the first of many, then you can check out this build. It's called Blast 45, and the reason why I call it Blast 45 is because you have 45% explosive damage on the build, which is the most you can get, and it's crazy, both PvP and PvE. I just wanted to let you know that I think that the tide is changing. If you agree with me, if you don't, let me know down in the comment section below. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel for builds from DPS all the way to skill. Also, guys, in discussions, I'll see you in the next one. Be right out.